Hello! Happy Wednesday. I hope wherever you are that you and your loved ones are safe and well, that you're having a good week and a good day. I changed up where I am in the apartment. I'm in the living room right now. We haven't put art up on the walls yet, but we're getting there, one step at a time. What's happening? I had a really nice birthday on Friday. It was very special. I spent the bulk of the day, early part of the day, with my mom. We went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art to see the final days of the Costume Institute's Karl Lagerfeld exhibit. He was a controversial figure, but we had to see the exhibit because it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We had a blast. My mom really loved it. I loved it, but I mean, it really was her favorite. And we go every year. I think the pandemic is the thing that stopped us from going out, you know, in like to see, I think we missed like one exhibit then. But we had such a good time, and we just sort of wandered around after we went through the exhibit. We just sort of wandered around into other areas and saw parts of the museum we hadn't seen in years, and so that was really cool. It was very crowded on the whole, the museum. There are a couple of times a year when it's like sardine can crowded, and that's at Christmas when they had the angel tree set up, and then for the early days of the Costume Institute, we kind of always go towards the tail end of it, and even like it was shocking to see how crowded it was this time, and people were really, really aggressive, like shoved my mom several times aggressive. And so I was like, and it was an older lady that did it, and I was like, if you shove my mother one more time, we're gonna have a problem. So I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, people didn't get the concept that everyone was going to be able to see everything in the room, and so they won't just shove. And so as my mom stepped into the little, it was sort of like rounded, you know, these arced rooms that fed into one another, and my mom had just stepped over the threshold of one room, and this lady wanted to get a picture, and so she just shoved, and then she shoved her again, and I was like, are you joking? Nobody shoves my mom. But I was like, I mean, we didn't know what to make of it, so people were really aggressive, but that did not stop us from having the most amazing time, and it was amazing. And so then that night we got back here to our apartment, and she hadn't seen it fully furnished, and so when we were when we knew we were moving, my mom came on the tour with me to see this place, and she said, yes, this is the place. And so then my husband and I came back for another tour so he could see it in person, because they had seen pictures and everything, but he hadn't seen it in real life. And we did measurements and stuff, and then we said yes, they said yes, and the rest is history. But my mom and my siblings had not seen it fully furnished. And so one of my sisters, the one who lives nearby, was able to be here. The weather was crazy, and so everybody else was under a flood watch, so it was like, no, nobody come in. But the local people, my mom and my other sister, came by, and so that was nice that they got to see it, you know, done sort of, and like furnished anyway. But there are still things we want to do, but we're in a much better place. So we're very, very happy about that. And it was nice to host. We don't usually host people for things. It's just been very hard over the years, and too much for me. And so that was nice. And so I think we'll be doing it more in the future. I don't know. Feels like we could possibly get away with doing it more in the future. But anyway, to be continued. What else? My sister brought me a crown to wear, which I did. I was like, you know what? She took it out of her bag, and she's like, oh, by the way. And I'm like, you want me to wear that? She said, yes, I do. And so I did. I thought, I'm 50 years old. If I want to wear a crown, I'll wear a crown. Who cares? And so we had a good time. And what else? I did get a migraine Friday night, so that wasn't fun. But it only lasted 2.5 days, and I count that as a victory, because normally my migraines would keep me like laid out for a minimum of 4 or 5 days. But this, I was able to sleep through most of the weekend. We did go out for a walk. I had dinner all prepared, and I had made it, I guess, on Thursday and froze stuff, so I was able to just heat that up, and it was all good. And it was fine. So I will tell my doctor that when I see him tomorrow. What else is happening? I don't know if this is an issue for other people, but I feel like there are 2 times a year when I feel like my hair is just coming out in like long clumps. I I notice it when I wash my hair, because I think I've talked about this before. My hair is textured, it's kind of curly, and so if I brush it when it's dry, it will frizz beyond belief. But if I wet comb it, like I have this wet brush that's like detangler, and so I'll condition my hair while I'm in the shower, I'll brush through it and then, you know, rinse it, twist it, put it in a towel, and that's the end of it. If I brush it, then I'm fine. But when I'm washing my hair, I notice as I'm washing it, just hair is just coming out in giant clumps. It's like I'm molting or something. And it's scary because it looks like a lot of hair. And then I think, well, because I don't brush it normally every day, I'll just twist it up or leave it alone. It's not like the normal like brushing of hair will take the hair out, or hair that was supposed to fall out anyway. This just seems like an excess amount. So I feel like this happens in the summer and maybe in the winter at some point. But it's slightly scary because I said to my husband and daughter, you need to tell me if I suddenly get like a giant bald patch at some point, because I feel like a lot of hair is happening. And so I don't know if that's something you guys experience also. I know we've talked about it in our small groups, but I am curious, is that something that happens to you guys seasonally? I know with my CRPS, it's been an issue, and there were years that I just kept my hair short, or shorter, but having super short hair now is not good for me because that's way too much work, because my hair is so textured. If I cut my hair as short as it used to be, that involves blow drying and gel and all kinds of product, and I don't want to put anything in my hair. But if I leave it longer, I can just twist it up or pin it up or whatever, and it's easier. So that's what I'm doing. But if it starts to fall out a lot, then you may see me with super short hair again. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, so let me know if that's something you guys experience. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I got some stuff done today. I did a small load of laundry, and then just took a walk. But now I'm home, so that's that. I will keep you posted about my doctor's appointment, but nothing really exciting otherwise. I hope you have a good afternoon. I hope you have a low pain, no pain, low aggravation, no aggravation kind of a day, kind of a week, and kind of a weekend to come. That's what we hope for. That's what we deserve, and that is what I truly wish for each and every one of you. I hope you have a lovely afternoon and evening. I will see you on Friday via the blog next week for everything. Take care.